So, Boris, let's talk about what we're gonna do for the next 3 months. I thought it would be a good idea to make a to-do list, so everybody knows what we're gonna do, and so I can check things off of the to-do list. So for the next 2 months, I'll be hopefully mostly working inside because it's very hot, and we're gonna try and finish the bathroom. Now, what do we still need to do to finish the bathroom? We need to frame the toilet, and then we should be almost at the point where we're gonna go tiling. There's actually 2 things. We need to install a fan, install extraction fan, and we need to sort of finish the ceiling. That might be plastering the ceiling, and then I think we actually come to the point where we're gonna tile. So first we'll tile the wall. Tile. Tile the wall. Tile the floor. This is not how you write tile, right? This is still going to be a long list. Install the toilet. Install sink. Install shower wall. Install the shower. Install the door. Maybe a light. Something like that. Okay, then I need to get on my knees. Hey, Boris. We will finish the living room. What do we need to do for the living room, Boris? We need to prepare the walls. Then we need to paint the walls. Tile the floor. Install a mezzanine. How do we write that? Mezzanine. Install electricity. There are probably some things I forgot. Especially for finishing the living room. And like a mezzanine is going to be like a big project, right? They're all kind of bigger projects. Before we can prepare the walls, we need to move the solar outside. Because we're going to be like scraping this old, what is it, lime stuff off the wall. So we cannot have the solar with the vents and stuff eating up all the dust. So that needs to move outside. If you see anything that I'm overseeing, I would say, I'm not keeping into account. I installed the electricity as last because it's going to be like on the wall, the same as I did on the other room. So we're going to have like a sort of how do you say, what is this called in English? What you put above the floor. Well, the floor is actually going to be tiled, so it's going to be a tiled floor and then also have like 8 centimeters of border like around on the wall. But above that we will have sort of an electricity gutter, trench, how do you call this? I didn't know last time also what it was called. Well, the electricity is going to go in there, and then I'm just going to mount the socket on the wall. Because I think this for me is better, because I can move it around and I can, like, it's not so difficult if I want to eventually put socket somewhere else, you know. So if you would suggest to put it in the wall, I'm not going to do that. But if you have any other suggestions or stuff that I'm missing, let me know. What do you think, Boris? Okay, then guys, I want to do a call out. In September, we're going to continue on the wall on the other land. And it would be nice to have some more volunteers at that point. There are some volunteers coming already, but I like to have a group of like 5 or 6 people at least. And we're going to be building the whole month of September. So if you want to get some experience in wall building, or you just like to get to know Portugal a little, in September it's going to be less hot than it is now. So that's also why I picked September. We might have some days with rain, but that's also nice to relax in between. So if there are any people who like to come to Portugal and experience Portugal, or like to help with building the wall, apply for the month of September. You can apply for that whole month, and I will make sure that there's also lunch provided. Another call out: if there's anybody who wants to cook during this month of September, you're also more than welcome to come here. Also fill in the volunteer form and apply, just say that you would like to cook for us. Also, if there's nobody coming to cook, I will arrange something that everybody during at least this month has lunch. So that's something that's now not for the other periods, because we don't have a chef, so it's very hard for me to arrange lunch for you guys if I also work with you guys. So for the month of September I'm gonna figure out something if nobody applies to help us out. We're gonna need a lot more stuff for that, but we're gonna talk about that when we get there. This is now the focus for this moment. I also promised to Uncle Richard that when he comes in September that he can see me almost living here. Almost. So yeah, that's gonna be quite the task we have on our hands for the next 2 months. Let me show you the current situation. You guys remember where we left off? So yeah, this needs to be framed. Then we need to do something with the ceiling. Oh, battery's going down. Needs to be plastered. And then we should be good to go tiling. Is it interesting? So yeah, I should be able to do some work in here in the hot months of the summer. It should be doable in 2 months, right? If I retain my focus. This thing has been laying here for way too long already. That should be all the filters for this system. Now let's see how we're going to replace them. Probably stuff needs to come off, right? Or it will be easier if we take some stuff off, I think. The bottom 3 is no problem, but I need some wiggle room. take the whole thing out, I think. For one, this one needs to come off anyway because it needs to go in the new filter. How is that going to work? Yes. That was to be expected, right? There is some white stuff on this thread. Would we need new white stuff? Because it didn't come with the filter, I think. On here. I'm gonna do them one by one, otherwise I'm gonna get confused. Oh yeah, we were going to get it out, right? It probably came with some kind of opening device. I do have no idea where I could find that though. This is way too small. Now where could we have put that? Probably nowhere around here. I remember there were two different ones also for the... Oh. These are opening very easily. Okay, we could do those first, I think. I'm wondering if I had the same thing, because this is closed here and this is open. You know you don't want to get these things in your ears or in your nose, right? Dirty, dirty girl. Dirty girl. Yeah, you got yourself all dirty, sweetie. Now you want me to clean it? I'm going to take them all off and clean them out, because there is some settlement in there. Oh, look at the state of this one, guys. This is like the first filter it goes through. Yes, it's white. This is like a carbon filter. I think it is important that we get them back in there in the same order. But now we still need to do that one. Actually the most important, I think. Reverse osmosis element. They don't all have this. Some have a 4-stage system. This is a 5-stage system. This is apparently what gets a lot of nasty stuff out. They all do probably. I don't know. Water always tastes great, so that's good. It's also our water just comes from the soil, you know, like directly. Not in Castelo Branco where they have the big water cleaning facilities. Here is just pumped out of the ground, and I do put chloride because the pipes are like very old and like oxidating. But yeah, I have disconnected to that water. It takes out all the chlor stuff. I always enjoy the water very much from this system. Try one more time, and otherwise I need to go to the shed to get something to open this. It's not going anywhere. It's quite warm today. Yeah. I don't expect we can find those things like ever again. The cameras, the security cameras, have sort of the same thing to screw them together. No, I don't think the one works on the other. Well, we do have a box with like tools for tools. But that's only for workshop tools. You're not gonna tell me that this one also doesn't make it, no? We're going. This thing is turning with it. Fairly easy. At least I think we're screwing, right? Or is it just pulling? Maybe it's just pulling. Too excited to start in the other room, guys. Next video we will be starting in the other room. If God lets us. Put this back on, and then we should be all new. Oh, there's still a ring here. Washing machine is ticking because my backpack is in it. It also seemed to be less stable the last couple of washes. Let me see, this needs to go back in here then. Keep our fingers crossed that we didn't forget anything. Can't hear anything now with the washing machine, but I think I hear it filling up. Woohoo! Wait. Oh yeah. Now I remember, you need to also like maybe I should have read the instruction manual first. Huh? Close water, open faucet. Oh. Yeah, what I didn't do is I didn't drain it like before we start changing the filters. We'll always find some water inside. Don't open the tank valve. Oh. The first few liters of water may have a black color due to the dust of the activated carbon. Once it comes out transparent, close the faucet. Open the tank valve. Okay, we opened the tank valve already. Probably a lot of air that needs to come out, right? Or what? Or is this because the reservoir is closed? Yeah, maybe we can open the reservoir. Are we dry? No, we're not dry. Still wetting. That's not good. This connection is leaking, the one with the white stuff on it. We got it. I turned it around a couple of more times. I don't think it was in that far in the other one, but it stops leaking, it's fine for me. I think we're good. Maybe not, I saw something leaking here. Also, this one seems to be better on there than these two. Why don't I keep track of where my stuff is at? Horrible guy. It's like two of these plastic handle thingies. I think they just should put them like in a box with, if you put new filters. Can't be that much, right, for two of these plastic things. I do remember now what they look like. I think I saw them with electricity stuff. But maybe I'm mistaking it with a very small version. Technically, they should be with the water stuff, right? There is actually part of this tubey here that is from that system. But this tubey I found on the floor a couple of days. And I just threw it in there. But then it should be somewhere in here. Somewhere. Ah! With the water stuff. What do you know? Sometimes stuff is in the right place. And the only thing is I thought we had two of them in different sizes. And that's not true, but there is this ringy thing to put in it. Hey, you guys are already here. So the big one is for the big ones. I think this one we got already fairly well. Yes. How about this one? See? Oh, was that too much? Oh, the things are supposed to go. Uh-oh. I broke something already. Great. Oh. See if we can still tighten this one up, because that was the one that was leaking. So, how is this supposed to work anyway? Oh, now it completely came off. I think it should work like this. Okay. It is freaking hot, guys. Everywhere. Everywhere. Hola. Hola.